Good evening, holiday lovers. I am Mark, your fat friend, here with another special edition of Podmas. Where on tonight's episode, we're going to be talking about something I always find interesting and, something that we tend to do a lot here on this show, and that's drink. While I won't be drinking this evening, I will be discussing some holiday drinks that I think each of you will find, hopefully, at least a little bit interesting. Uh, these are adult beverages, so bear that in mind. These are not for the kiddos, even though some of these drinks might seem like they'd be delicious and kids would probably enjoy. Make sure to not share them. And as a matter of fact, something that I do got to make sure I say: this is a live and interactive broadcast tonight. Today is December 13th, 2022. It is 8:02 on the West Coast. And so, if you are watching and joining me to talk about these holiday drinks, feel free to chat along. And if you have some drinks of your own that you know the recipes and you think people might enjoy giving them a shot for the holiday season, let us know. But with that in mind, I think it's time that we dive into some alcoholic beverages. And let's start with a green one that on its face looks pretty nice. Looks like it could be quite enjoyable. I do have the recipe, and I'm going to go ahead and share that with you. But I think it's important to note that a lot of the drinks that I'm going to be talking about tonight, they're not all super simple to make. And this one is probably one of the more, I wouldn't say advanced because it's just a mixed drink, but it does have a lot going on. So we'll start with the liquors. Uh, Inside of this, you're going to have a half ounce of cherry vodka, a half ounce of coconut rum, and a half ounce of blue curacao, which is a liqueur for those of you. Um, with that, you're going to add a splash of ginger ale and 5 ounces of pineapple juice. The other thing you're going to add, and this is going to help you get your green tint really, is a half ounce of Midori. So you're going to put all of that into a shaker and you're going to give it some good shakes. And while that's happening, you're going to grab your glass. You're going to use either some lemon or lime juice around the rim, and you're going to put it into some green sanding sugar. That's how you're going to get that nice sugar coated rim. Once you've finished shaking up your drink, you'll go ahead and pour it into your glass, and there's your Grinch. Sounds a little fruity, a little tropical, even with that coconut rum. You're usually going to probably lean into a Malibu, but yeah, for those of you that like a nice sweet cocktail, this might be up your alley. Next up, we've got the Frosty the Snowman. This one again has quite a few ingredients. We'll start with the liquors. So you're going to use 2 ounces of coconut rum, 2 ounces of blue curacao, and 1 ounce of peppermint schnapps. You're going to use 1 ounce of Sprite. You're going to use some ice cubes, obviously, 1 ounce of pineapple juice, and some simple syrup. And then you're going to take one candy cane, crush it up, and that's how you're going to get your sugar rim. You're going to use a candy cane around there. So this one sounds like it's probably going to be a little robust. I'm surprised about the coconut rum. That doesn't necessarily seem to flow well with the rest of this drink. It sounded like it was going to be something a little bit hot, and so it makes sense that it's a Frosty the Snowman. Because he's clearly melted from the peppermint schnapps and the candy cane on the outside. You want to talk about an advanced drink? This is the Naughty Elf rum cocktail. A lot of rum based drinks tonight. So this one, you've got from the liquor standpoint, you've got 1 ounce of orange liqueur, 1 ounce of pomegranate liqueur, and 1 ounce of spiced rum. Now you're probably thinking that's 3 ounces of liquor. Yeah, but your liqueurs, those are going to be a little bit on the lighter side usually. You're going to add in some Sprite, some ice cubes. You're going to use 2 ounces of juice, cranberry, and 1 ounce of red grapefruit juice, a little bit of some light corn syrup, and you'll use, again, a candy cane as a garnish and some, if you can find it, the red, green, and white sprinkles. You got to rim that glass, don't forget. So a lot going on there. Um, uh, Very fruity. You got your cranberry juice, grapefruit juice. You've got the pomegranate liqueur and orange liqueur. So it's probably going to be a very punchy, tropical kind of flavor, probably in the vein of maybe like a Mai Tai, because it is using 1 ounce of spiced rum. So if you like a Mai Tai, you'd probably enjoy this. Next up, a very simple one. It's called the Santa Claus Shooter. It's pretty straightforward. You're gonna pour in a half. You're gonna grab a shot glass, fill it halfway with grenadine, and then to do the layering effect, you've got to be very gentle because they are the two liqueurs or items involved in the glass. They're of different weights, so the other half is going to be filled with rum chata. And so if you're very gentle, you can use the spoon technique where you pour over a spoon and let that trickle down into the shot glass. But you'll get that nice layering effect, and the grenadine will stay on the bottom, the rum chata on top, and there's your Santa. So that one's a nice simple one. 2 ingredients. Getting back to a little bit more advanced for you. This is Jingle Juice Punch. Sounds yummy, looks yummy. So in this one, we've got 2/3 of a cup of Cointreau, or triple sec if you're trying to go on the cheaper end. But if you want to do it right, it's Cointreau. You're going to use a 750 milliliter bottle, a 750 of Moscato wine, and 1 cup of vodka. Obviously, this is for a batch. This isn't just for one glass. So a cup of vodka, 750 of Moscato, and 2/3 of a cup of Cointreau. You'll use 3 cups of cranberry juice and a 25-ounce bottle of sparkling apple cider or grape juice. I'm going to go with the apple cider because I feel like grape juice isn't appropriate for a holiday beverage. And then you're also, for your garnishing, you're going to do 2 cups of cranberries frozen, 3 limes. You're going to slice those up, and a 1/4 cup of mint chopped up. So, and the reason you want to have frozen cranberries is because you're using that instead of ice in your drink, in case that wasn't clear on its own. So, a lot going on here, but this could be a nice drink if you're having a party and you just want to fill up a big punch bowl and with a ladle and let people go to town. This next one is the Sugar Cookie Martini. On my food episode a little while ago, one of the things I talked about is that a holiday standard is the sugar cookie. And so, of course, I have to follow that up with the Sugar Cookie Martini. So this is going to be 1 ounce of amaretto, 1.5 ounces of vanilla vodka. You're obviously going to use some ice. You're going to use 1.5 ounces of Irish cream and 2 ounces of whole milk. You're going to put in a teaspoon of powdered sugar and a vanilla frosting and sprinkles, which is what you're going to use on the rim. But all those other items you're going to shake up in your shaker, strain it into the martini glass after you've rimmed it and put all of your garnish on. And yeah, it sounds probably like it really would taste like a sugar cookie based on the description of the ingredients. I think that amaretto and vanilla vodka, those that's pretty standard, goes together, and yeah, I could totally see that working out. I might actually have to go make one of those after I finish this podcast. Next up, we've got the Candy Cane Shooter. This one's pretty straightforward. This is going to be a 1/2 ounce of peppermint schnapps and a 1/2 ounce of white chocolate liqueur. You're going to top it with, I'm sorry. And you're also going to use a 1/2 ounce of half and half with a little whipped cream spritz on the top and a small candy cane as your garnish. And there you go. Pretty straightforward. 3 ingredients: 1/2 ounce peppermint schnapps, 1/2 ounce white chocolate liqueur, and a 1/2 ounce of half and half. This last one just seems like it's apropos to use for the final drink of the night. And that is, of course, the hot chocolate shot. So this one, it's a pretty straightforward one again. You're going to use 2 ounces of milk, 2 ounces of a cake vodka, 2 teaspoons of chocolate syrup. You'll mix all of that up. You'll pour it into your shot glass, top it off with some whipped cream, and there you go. Hot chocolate shot. Probably won't actually be hot, but it will taste like a hot chocolate. So those are the holiday drinks that I came up with. If you've got some that are staples in your household that you'd love to share, please put those in the comments. Let us know. We'd love to be able to talk about those. This Wednesday, tomorrow, for our normal broadcast for Fab Black Connection, or we could be talking about it again at any other time. So, um, hope you enjoy some of these drinks, and if you need the recipes, hit me up, and I'll or you could just go back and rewatch, I suppose. But we'll be back tomorrow with our normal live interactive Fat and Black connection, and hope to see you then. Have a great night.